Alrighty, hello and welcome back to 7 Days to Die with me, Ryan, Mr. S, and Mr. S Heads, if you like. So this is the playthrough I was doing mostly just on my own time. I've been playing. I said I was going to record Horde nights because I've got it. The settings are on maxed out zombies, 64 zombies, which may lag the fuck out of my computer. I don't know if it'll handle having that much activity running at once. At least not until I can put together the new computer. I have all the parts for it, but case had some snafu with the shipping. Waiting to get that returned. I missed the delivery because my mom has been in the hospital. Had been really sick and then went to the hospital, so I kept missing the delivery, and it's UPS, and if you miss the they don't deliver it 3 times. Apparently now, instead of just keeping it at a customer center or something for a few days, they just immediately send it right back. Plus, apparently for UPS, a business day includes Saturday. Because part of the problem is that I was expecting the delivery on a Tuesday because it said next business day, which to my mind, when you say business day, that universally means Monday through Friday. But no, apparently for them that also includes Saturday. So they had tried to deliver 3 times when I thought it had only been 2 times. So the day that I thought it was going to show up, they had started shipping it back. So I think I got it all sorted out with Newegg, but I'm still waiting on them to start sending it back to me. If I don't get some sort of confirmation pretty soon, I'm gonna have to contact their customer service again and see what the hell's going on. If the damn thing still hasn't been shipped, I'm just gonna tell them to refund it and then I'll reorder the goddamn thing, because apparently that's gonna be faster. Can't tell, I'm kind of annoyed. Because I've had all of the parts put together, a new computer for recording video and streaming, sitting over here in a goddamn box, and I can't do shit with it because I don't have a fucking case. Other than that, back into the game. I guess while we're waiting for Horde, I'll just go ahead and get through all the good, annoying, but necessary, I suppose, YouTube stuff. So, a like, subscribe, sharing of the video, and comments would all be appreciated, because it does help the video get shared, because that's how YouTube works. And of course, I do have a Patreon page you can check out, where I have music that I've made and a whole bunch of stuff for tabletop RPG game development. Just a couple more minutes. Have anything? Oh, I did not. As far as the base goes, not really anything different from last time. I did get a bunch of concrete blocks from one of the citizen, the quests of citizenship quests. But yeah, the mod that I have, or that I'm using, adds in a bunch of quests. One of them one of the things you can get as a reward is a bunch of concrete blocks. I just use those to make the staircase up doubled. Then the walkway over here is still narrow because that makes it a little easier for zombies to fall. Gives you a little bit of breathing space. Do have workbench. I don't remember if I had this time. Chemistry station. Still have 2 forages. I've been installing a whole bunch of farming stuff. It's not very symmetrical or pretty, but more worried about it getting the job done. Being more or less self-contained. Not that I... Here is... something. Not. Tighter aim. Yes. Hey. Straight. Ah, shit. One of the snuff-gun zombies. These things. Fuck. There. Probably not the best idea to fire down on your steps like that, especially with shotgun. Do more damage to your shit than zombie. Hasn't been particularly crazy so far. It's only day, well, it's day 4 now. Any steel pipe. Okay, let's play. What I'm doing. Fuck all. Almost. See that all the blocks. Break it. Benefit of a pretty good base design, at least for early hordes. Okay. It's nothing. These. I don't remember what that one did. I don't think I really want. Does something. Really bad version of it. I don't remember what all the super zombies did. Quite a few. Hasn't been that bad, so. What the hell is going on over here? Remnant people, like, we're getting. Let's think that they can pass over to my walkway up there. Trying to get up there and jump over. Just keep falling. Pretty weird. Very, very strange. I'm using a mod that has the screamer spawn in. It's normal. Don't think that they're spawning ability works during hordes. Way too many shells on it. Still, it must be what they're trying. For some reason, they're or trying to path over. That's just weird. Tear some of that stuff down, so. And I suppose I could leave it that way, just use that as a break. As in putting on the zombies coming in. Really need to stop wasting. Wait until I have a clear shot. Dig this hole. One of them. Remember, I don't remember if I dug or not. Very weird. I think that's everybody. Horde me. They're coming to get you. Stops. Do not have looting. Nor do I have any looting candy. Don't worry about it. So again, not really bad. And again, only day 14. I think the next horde is going to be pretty nasty. Shotgun. Sting. I do have a mod that, I mean, I didn't make the mod initially, but I did have to change it quite a bit. That makes the loot tables, or the probability, I should say, it's not the tables themselves, it's the how probable certain drops are. You know, like the loot tiers, that probability. Because normally, okay, this is going to take a little explanation, and I don't want to waste time. Okay, so here's how it works normally. So there's a probability table going way, way, way up in your game state. And normally, there is a cutoff point for when your loot, different tiers of loot can start showing up. Say a beginning, say cutoff, because underneath that game stage, it will not show up at all. Like for tier 3 stuff, I think it's 78, game stage 78, somewhere in that area, something like that, is where you normally would be where you can first have tier 3 loot show up at all. So the mod I use changes it so that there is a low probability, or that should have been a low probability, of higher tier stuff showing up earlier. I think it's like game stage 12, I think, is when tier 1 stuff can start showing up. And I think it's 42 or 40 something is when tier 2 stuff can start showing up. At 78 or 70 something, like somewhere in that area, is tier 3 normally. So I put the mod in, and it adds in additional probabilities, because that's how it works. Every additional game stage, I think it's every 10 game stages, basically increases the probability of higher tier stuff drop. So, you know, it does work on kind of a gradient, in that once you get to game stage 12, your probability of getting level 1 tier 1 loot increases, and the probability of getting tier 0, the primitive stuff, decreases. You know, as you increase your game stage, that spread between getting primitive stuff and getting tier 1 stuff, you know, separates to the point that you no longer get any primitive stuff, you're just getting tier 1 stuff. And also the quality increases with game stage as well. Which you would have, if you've played the game, then you would have observed that with gameplay. Eventually you hit a point where you're no longer getting any stone tools or weapons or stuff. You're just getting tier 1 stuff or tier 2 stuff if you've gotten over game stage 42. I think it's 42. So the mod that I put on, and I kind of got sidetracked, the mod I put on added in probabilities for, like, with loot level or tier 2 loot, instead of it being like game stage 42 and under, 0 chance of any of that stuff dropping. It added in probabilities going all the way up to game stage 0 or 1. It's always 1. It's the lowest it can. And when I first put it on there, I got like 3 or 4 tier 3 weapons within the first 3 or 4 days. It was ridiculous. So I was going, okay, that's not what I wanted. I just wanted there to be a chance of getting higher tier stuff, not a practical guarantee. So I went in and I changed all the probabilities to be much lower. So there's still always a chance that you can get higher tier stuff, but it's very low probability. I suppose I didn't need to go through the whole explanation, but it does kind of help understand how that all works. And that if you do want to go back, because I think that's how it used to be. You'd get any level of loot at any time. And they changed it with Alpha 19, that, or maybe it was earlier than that, but at some point they made it to where game stage dictated what level of loot you could not get. So again, all the mod does is that it makes it possible to get any level of loot at any time. But if you do use the mod, I forget the name of it. I have all the mods in the descriptions of my videos for 7 days. I do recommend that if you want to use it, that you're going to need to understand how to mod it yourself to make it a little bit more balanced. Because, yeah, like I said, I got a whole bunch of tier 3 weapons way, way too fast. Which isn't what I want. Not just weapons either. I had like 2 or 3 tier 3 weapons and then several steel. I had like a steel pickaxe, a steel axe. And yeah, and it was all well within the first week of gameplay. So after that, I was like, no, this isn't what I was wanting. So I had to go in and change all the loot, the probability tables. Stuff off. I don't. It says or what that. It will. Yeah, something. Pet food. Bobby, you got any rockets?
Thank you, Survivor. Check back soon. I get new merchandise daily.
This is a mace from the Weapons of Some Destruction mod. As far as balance goes, they're reasonably balanced. Now with the okay, weapon looks nice, but I don't know why it says auto shotgun. This is supposed to be Osper. Shouldn't. But it's definitely worth hanging on to, because one, the other shotgun I'm using is one of the ones I modded in. It's 28. So less damage. Now let's see. A lot smaller magazine size and slower fire, but it has much higher durability and damage. Much as most people would probably say, wow, auto shotgun. I'm just. There. Oh, hope they stop trying to path up here. Don't really use the rocket launcher much, but it is kind of useful for demolition purposes. And if you know you're gonna go someplace that has a ton of zombies inside, you have a pretty good idea of where you could get them all to bunch up. The frag grenade, rockets are actually pretty good feeling. Which is why I'm going to go ahead and hold on to that, because you don't get a drop there. Let's see. It's the magazine. Because, yeah, that would be a. Tube extender? Can't remember the name of it. Of course, the magazine extender for a shotgun. Tube that you put the shells in. That. Mods on there. Oh, a lot of money. Let's see. You down here. Joel went. It's kind of going around exploring. Probably more. possibly another crater. But I'm going to go ahead and call this, although I think I might do another video of this because there is a really good POI to raid that, I mean, I've got just huge military is what I marked it as because I know what it means. But basically this entire thing right here, I can't remember how much of it is. I mean, it's huge, and then there's like an underground train system. Not really even a subway. I mean, it's like a full-size train system underground. I mean, it's loaded with resources and tons of things that you can loot. So I think I'll probably go hit that up pretty soon. Game stage 60 right now. Because, and if you wonder how I get to such a high game stage so quickly, I mean, I don't know if game stage 60 at day 15 is particularly high, but I do play with the experience gain 150%, and I think I have loot abundance at 150%, just because I like kind of amping things up. Then, again, I also have the zombies 64 for Horde Night. You know, just in general, I tend to be very aggressive as I... Of course, the thing about this game is that leveling up doesn't really make you overpowered. Because the higher your game stage gets, all you're really doing is making it more likely to start running into more powerful zombies and getting kicked. Couple of points in machine gun. Couple of points in gunslinger. I'm a bit all over the place when it comes to my skill points, but that's because I didn't want to specialize too much for this playthrough. I definitely didn't want to do intellect. I've done that for 2 or 3 playthroughs I've done on my own time, and the one I'm doing is the Crap Master. Go ahead and throw those points in. Because I did get a pretty damn good. I already had pump action 28. But I do not need 5 weapons on me at a time. Yeah, that is a tier 5 steel pickaxe. Black Bart's steel pickaxe. And it has an extra mod slot. That's from one of those quests. It's a little OP, but you do have to kill at minimum 150 zombies just to get the quest. Plus, you have to gather, I think it's 600 iron, an iron pickaxe, and an iron shovel to get the map. And then when you find, it's a treasure quest, so you have to find the treasure and dig it up. Then you have to fight a radiated cowboy that's Black Bart to get the tools, which is a Black Bart's steel shovel and steel pick. So they are definitely overpowered, especially in terms of stamina use, because the damn thing's really stamina at all to use them, and they're fast. But on the other hand, I don't consider resource gathering to be like the most important aspect of the game. You know, using a shovel and a pickaxe. It's just a nice quality of life improvement. So that's why I don't really feel like they're too over. It just makes resource gathering a bit easier. Although you can actually use them as weapons, and then they actually can be a bit overpowered. Is why I tend to not use them as weapons unless I really get backed into a corner, and then sometimes I'll go ahead and use them. It's just the fact that you can swing the thing practically unlimited, you know, endlessly, regular swings using the power attack. But even that still takes a while to drain your stamina. So yeah, a bit overpowered, but I think they're terribly. But yeah, I do not need all these different weapons, all these different guns. So what do I want to keep? Stuff. Craft with. Let's see. Scorpion Wanko 45. I've got silencers on those, so I don't. I'll drop the AK now because I don't really need. Don't necessarily need two different shots. So I want to take the powerful. It's power. Because there's an argument for both. The argument would be that you take the powerful one so that you can put dangerous stuff down fast. But on the other hand, reserving that for Horde nights would mean slugs and then 4 gauge. Again, I made a mod. Watch a video, take it, creating a 4 gauge and a 20 gauge version of the shotgun, but I just used the in-game assets for the double barrel and the pump action, and then just changed the shell, modded the damage and things. In line with the size of the shell. Just to add, it adds a bit of variety. Yeah, I think I'll go ahead and keep the. It's supposed to be a spur. So I got 45 9mm shotgun, axe, crowbar, pickaxe, and then I've also got katana and steel shovel down. Sold. Go and have some. Place. Got 2 containers. Go ahead and run over here quick. Stock will be tomorrow, 16. Doubt I'll record that.
How goes it?
Oh, kind of almost on 2 stacks of coin. Yay, yay. Not really have anything. At least not for this plate. Whole bunch of engine. I can't. Oh, I could have just straight up bought a truck. I didn't notice that. Yeah, but that would have been all my money. Plus, I'm not particularly.
Y'all come back now.
It's okay. Kind of like the bike. It's out of. Especially because I'm using another mod, Snufkin V. That you can make some really wacky versions of the motor. Well, you can make wacky versions of all of them. They're pretty, amazing. Well, not all the vehicles. Really just the bikes and 4x4. Yeah. Let's see. Science, I believe. Army truck. Armored car, I don't know what's up with that. I actually could almost make one outright. Though I don't think I have a crucible yet. Still would be possible. Impossible? But yeah, there's all these different upgrades to the... I don't know what that is, and I don't particularly want to find out. Some of them are just goofy. I don't remember which of these is the... The Hell Beast. All 3 of them are super damn fast. They all look different. I think they all have basically the same stats, they just look different. Look pretty wacky, but fun. So that is Horde Night and a bunch of rambling on and on, which I'm prone to do, fortunately. So thank you very much for watching. I've already done all the YouTube spiel, so I don't really do that again. But I would encourage you to check out my Patreon to support the channel and help it grow. The link is in the description, along with links to other things that I'm linking to the description. But thank you very much for watching. I'll see you on the next one.